Welcome to Conversations with Mr. A. This is your host, Anthony Abastilla, counselor here at Chimacum Junior Senior High. Hello, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Mr. A. This is the second episode. This week I've got senior student Paisley Mitton. Paisley, thank you for being on the show. Appreciate having you.
Thank you for having me.
So, Paisley, one thing that as I talked to you and got to know you a little bit, you've been here since the very beginning, elementary school, junior high, and you've been here through all 4 years of the high school, correct? Mm-hmm. Could you tell me a little bit just about your experiences as an elementary school student, junior high student, before you went to high school?
I mean, I love Chimacum schools, and Chimacum's like a small, tight-knit community, and so is the school. So, like, being able to, like, grow up with, like, all the same friends I've ever had, and, like, seeing teachers all my life growing up here at Chimacum's been really nice. And so...
Anything that stood out with the elementary, junior high years that really stood out to you?
Oh, God. Maybe just, like, I think just, like, the tightness of, like, all the people around. Like, you're always surrounded with the same people, and I feel like most people wouldn't like that, but I've learned to love it, so.
Okay. You mentioned about close-knit group of friends. How do you view the friendships, and why, how did you guys remain so close over the years?
Well, we all, like, became friends, I guess, in elementary, you could say. And like I said, like, Chimacum's not that big. So I feel like the fact of not having much exposure to other people kind of, like, forced us to kind of grow up together. But, like, we've also learned to, like, genuinely, like, love and care for each other. And it's not, like, a forced friendship within, like, perimeter. It's, like, even, like, out in the real world now, we'd want to be with each other, I guess. Is that... I kind of forgot the question as I was talking.
I'm just wondering, like, with the friendship, like, how did you guys remain so close? And you guys kept together?
Just, I guess... Oh, God. This is a hard question. I'm on the spot right now.
No worries. No pressure.
I guess communication.
Communication?
Throughout all those years.
What were some of the challenges that... with your friendship groups, was there any challenges that you guys had, or, like, any major challenges or things? I don't want to say drama, but maybe challenges.
We all get annoyed with each other every now and then, but that's, like, normal with, like, human relationships. And I guess that's, like, really been the only challenges, is that, like, we'll get into, like, little bickers about, like, just annoyance over each other. But you just kind of, like, you talk through it, and you get through it, and it always works out. Without
naming names, can you share me an example?
Oh,
without naming
God.
names.
Oh. I don't know, like, maybe, like, one person in the group will say something not that nice to another, and then that, like, makes other people in the group get annoyed, and we all have to, like, talk through it. I don't know, I can't, like, give, like, too specific.
That's okay.
things.
That's okay.
Yeah.
How did you guys handle it, or how do you guys get through those obstacles, rough patches?
We just sit down and all talk with each other about it, because, like, no one's always in the right and no one's always in the wrong. And you kind of have to, like, learn to accept that and talk through it with people.
I like that conflict resolution you guys do. How long does it take for you guys to talk about it, like, to bring you guys together?
Normally just a couple of days.
Okay. Another question with the friend group that you've had, how have they influenced you? Just growing up?
Oh my God, they've influenced me in only positive ways. Oh God, how have they influenced me? Can you give me, like, a little bit more?
So when by influenced you, like, have they influenced you, like, okay, maybe viewpoints, for example, okay, maybe same music taste, because one person likes this music, I like this too, or
oh my God,
some person, maybe they love science, I love this too. That's what I mean, just by influences.
Oh my God, okay, so they've definitely influenced me through, like, fashion. There's, like, one person in the group that's a huge fashionista. Definitely through music. That's, like, one thing we can all bond over, is because we've all have, like, left our own imprint on each other of everyone's individual music taste. So we all have, like, a broad taste in music. Definitely humor. Humor's the main one. We all have the exact same humor. And I think that's why we get along so well, because we can laugh at anything with each other. And I guess that's, like, the main ways they've influenced me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Genre music. What type of genre do you guys listen to?
Okay, we're mainly, like, rock fans, but we also love those like good throwbacks like Usher and maybe some T Swift every once in a while.
Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But really like everyone. Like there's not a name that we wouldn't listen to.
You mentioned throwbacks. 70s, 80s, 90s?
Oh my god, and especially early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, like that hype, pop, rock, big party music, I guess.
Backstreet Boys, NSYNC?
A little bit of Backstreet Boys.
No judgment. Cool. Okay, just to go backwards a little bit, we mentioned about just the school years that you've been here, elementary, junior, high school. Thinking about the senior year, so in your senior, what are some of the challenges you faced up to this point as a senior?
Definitely like grades and like just like always like maintaining like a GPA that's like above a certain number, because I've always like struggled with that, I guess. I forgot the question, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just some of the challenges you've had as a senior.
I guess just like keeping my grades up has really been it, and coming to school because I got a little bit of senioritis. So I kind of like don't want to be here sometimes, but I have to push through that.
Can you tell me, just for listeners, like what is senioritis?
It's just like you feel like you've already like you're a senior and you're gonna graduate, and so like sometimes I feel like there's like no point in me really being here because I'm like almost done with it, but like I still have like classes to take and stuff, but like it doesn't feel like that. Like I feel like I just want to go home. Like I don't need to be here, and it's like conflicting because I do need to be here, but at the same time I'm like I can just skip this day, but it's not that easy.
I'm glad you're here today.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so here's on the flip side. So as a senior, challenges. How about awesome moments? What are some awesome things that have happened so far up to this point?
Oh god. I mean, it's cool like making friends with underclassmen and like watching them be in the position that you used to be in, and it's kind of like nostalgic in a way, I guess, and it's like been really fun and interesting to watch that and like see how their mindset was the same as mine was back then. Definitely like all like the fun classroom experiences with like your friends. Those are like probably the main two that stand out.
You know, it's funny, I was going to ask this question later, but I'm going to jump ahead. So what advice would you give the underclassmen? So now that you see yourself how you were back then, what would you tell the underclassmen now? The juniors, sophomores, freshmen, 7th and 8th graders, what would you tell them now? Especially the 7th and 8th graders.
Oh, God. That you should definitely always like try your hardest, even when it's something you don't like, because like the discipline of doing something you don't want to do will like reward you in the future, because you're gonna have to like do that stuff throughout your whole life, and if you don't start it like early, start practicing that, you're gonna have difficulties with it, which is like what I'm going through. I have difficulties with like self-discipline and like getting stuff done on time and doing my work, and I feel like if you like make a habit and you actually like genuinely try to start like those habits young, that they'll reward you later on, and that you'll be better at that type of stuff.
Cool. Did you have any heroes or role models growing up or even up to this point that's kind of helped you along the way, even up to this point? Okay,
well, I can name off like 3 for starters.
Okay.
Number 1, Mr. Abastilla.
Me?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yep. Not to toot your own horn or anything.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You're like the first counselor that I've had like genuinely actually try and help me, and it's like notable, really noticeable too, and I appreciate it a lot. And I know that like every other senior feels the same, and I hope every other like under student feels the same too. A second one would be Mr. Porter, because he was like the only teacher that like really sat down with me and stayed after school with me and like helped like ingrain math in my head, and I was able to pass because of him. And then Mr. Coyne too. So those are my 3 heroes of the school.
Awesome. Thank you. That's, I'm flattered. It means a lot to me. Thanks, Paisley. Okay. So I did jump ahead with the 7th and 8th graders. One thing, getting to know you a little bit, you love animals.
Oh, yeah.
And my understanding is you have some dogs, cats, hamsters at home. Tell me a little bit. Like what? Tell me, you love animals? Tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. I've always liked animals. I think it's because I grew up in a home where I was like always surrounded by them. And I've always been like keen and curious about them since I was little. Like I got my first hamster when I was like 7, and now I'm 18 and I still have hamsters. It's like, they kind of like grow on you. I guess I just like learning about animals and learning how to care for them. Like I've had like some strange ones. Like I used to have an iguana named Beefcake. Yeah.
How big was the iguana?
He was pretty. I think he got to like 2 feet long, and then we decided to rehome him so he could continue to grow because our home at the time wasn't necessarily big enough for him. We've also had some leopard geckos, rabbits, guinea pigs. It's like a zoo at my house. I've had everything.
I'm curious. Were there times where they'd get a little, I don't want to say out of control, but if they leave their area, they run around the house, jump around the house, and anything?
Yeah, I currently have a rabbit, and it's a house rabbit because he's potty trained. And so, like, he just, like, goes on the couch and, like, lays down, or he, like, sits on the dog bed, and it's just, like, weird because you're like, why is there a rabbit, like, on my dog bed right now? Or, like, we have wooden floors, and he has, like, little claws, and, like, you'll hear him, like, run around the house, and you're like, it's kind of weird that I have a house rabbit. Like, I don't know. It's like I forget sometimes, and I think it's a norm. And I realize that not everyone else has, like, a rabbit running around their house. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, out of all those animals, which one's your favorite? Your current favorite?
Okay, well, like, personality-wise, I don't have a favorite.
Okay.
But, like, species-wise, I'd probably have to say hamster for right now. I don't know. I'm, like, on a big hamster and rodent kick. Yeah.
Why do you feed him? I'm just curious.
So my hamster's name's Junior, and his favorite food is sunflower seeds. But he can also eat like timothy hay and like carrots and apples and kale. Yeah.
Apple slices or just a little apple?
Apple slices, dehydrated apple, a little bit of everything.
Out of all the animals, which one do you think is, I wouldn't say the hardest to manage, but maybe gives you some challenges?
Dogs.
Dogs?
Dogs for sure. I don't know. They're more complex than potty trained growing up. Like, they need your attention 24/7. You always gotta go take them potty. You can't, like, leave them home alone. Like, you need to get, like, a dog sitter if you go somewhere for a week. But they're worth it in the end. They're a pain, but they're worth every second.
Cool. So out of all the animals, how many animals do you have total? Just curious.
I have 1 hamster, 1 rabbit, 2 dogs, 4 cats, and that's it for now, so that's 7.
Is it hard to manage? Are they hard to manage, all 7?
No, because we're so used to it. Like, we're so used to having so many animals that it's just, like, everyday normal life for us.
I know you mentioned to me outside the podcast that for a possible degree, career, you're hoping to work with animals, zoology. Can you tell me a little bit more what you were thinking?
Well, I'm hoping to get a degree in zoology or wildlife biology. And I think, like, a career, like, maybe, like, a zoologist or, like, a park ranger would be fun. I want to, like, have a career where I'm outside and I'm with animals. And because that's, like, all that really matters to me. I don't really care about how much I get paid as long as I, like, love what I'm doing. So.
You like the outdoors?
I love the outdoors, yeah.
Camping, I'm assuming? Outdoor wilderness? Okay. I didn't write this down in my questions, but I'm just curious, out of camping, what are your favorite spots?
Oh my god. Okay, well, I have to be honest, I haven't been camping for a little while. Okay. But there's, like, no specific spot in general. I like camping, like, deep in the woods. Not so much, like, by the water. I like feeling like a caveman. Tarzan.
Oh!
Yeah.
Do you prefer camping any specific time, like summer, spring, fall, winter, any preferred? Summer?
Yeah. You gotta have, like, you'd rather be, like, hot and sweaty and muggy than, like, freezing, shivering in your tent.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay, so I have a few games for you. It's a fun one. This one is just a simple would you rather. Okay. And so I'm just going to give you 2 choices. Just tell me what you think. Okay. Maybe tell me why. So, would you rather only use Netflix or Hulu?
Oh, God. Maybe Hulu, I think.
Hulu? Why is that?
Because I feel like the Hulu originals are better than the Netflix originals. So, and they have like the same options besides that, just about.
Even Cobra Kai? I'm just kidding.
God.
I'm kidding. I
haven't seen Cobra Kai.
You haven't seen Cobra Kai?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, that'll be for another time.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix. Okay. Would you rather win American Idol or Ninja Warrior?
Oh, Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, obviously. Tell me why.
Okay, well, American Idol's for like singing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I'm tone deaf.
It was talent. It's like a talent show.
Ninja Warrior, like you feel like such like a pro walking out of that. Like you beat everyone in like that competition. Like that'd be such like an ego boost.
Some of those things they do is hard.
Oh, I know.
Bless their hearts.
I don't get it, dude.
Okay, how about this one? Would you rather have no air conditioning or no heating?
No air conditioning.
No air conditioning?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I hate being cold in the winter. It makes me mad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it cause you to get irritated?
Yeah. Like, once I start sweating, I'm like, wait, oh my god, I forgot what I just said.
Oh, no, you're just saying that you'd rather have no air conditioning compared to no heating because getting you cold gets you kind of mad.
Oh, yeah, no. Once you're like, that's just like awkward. I hate it, being cold. Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather eat out or eat a home-cooked meal?
Eat out.
Eat out?
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
Oh, God. Well, currently right now I'd have to say McDonald's for the Shamrock Shake. Okay. But, like, realistically, there's, like, a restaurant in Port Townsend called, like, Owl Sprit I like.
I'm not familiar with Port Townsend. Can you tell me about the Owl... What's it called?
Owl Sprit, yeah.
Owl Sprit, okay.
It's just, like, a little hippie restaurant, I guess, but they have, like, a lot of gluten-free options. And I have celiac disease, so that's, like, pretty convenient.
What's your favorite food? Out of all of it, like, what's your favorite dish?
At their restaurant?
Yeah, like one or two.
It'd have to be the sweet potato fries.
Okay.
Because they come with like a spicy dipping sauce, and they're like, it's all homemade, and it's amazing. I love it.
What do they put in the spicy dipping sauce?
I think it's just like vegan mayonnaise, which sounds gross, but it's not. And then sriracha.
Okay. And
I don't know, something like the way they like whip it up. Something about it hits different.
Cool. Okay, a few more of these would you rathers. How about this one? Would you rather be the prom queen or be the valedictorian?
Oh, valedictorian.
Valedictorian?
Oh, yeah.
Why is that?
Because then you'd have, like, more options schooling-wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Would you rather never lose a sports game or never lose an argument?
Oh, my God. Never lose a sports game.
Yeah?
Yeah. You gotta lose arguments. You gotta stay humble. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been in, like, when you get into an argument, like, what goes through your mind when you've been in arguments? Like what?
I always try and be respectful of the other person to like a certain degree. I always try my best to hear out the other side. And I guess like those are like the two main things I keep in mind while arguing.
Okay. All right. I have another fun game for you.
Okay.
It's simple word associations. So
okay.
Very simple. I'll just give you a word or two here and there, and just tell me like the first immediate thought goes to your mind.
Okay.
I had a little bit of help.
Okay.
Actually talked to some of your peers.
Oh, I'm a little slow. This is gonna be hard.
No, I think these ones you might.
Oh,
these ones are pretty easy.
Okay.
You ready? First one is thrifting.
Nate.
Okay. Carhartts.
Nate. Oh no.
Okay. Gluten.
Me. Celiac disease.
Okay. Pickles.
Abastilla.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. In case you listeners don't know, this is Mr. Abastilla. I dislike pickles.
Hate them.
But it's okay. It's okay. You know what though? I still think you're awesome. Ice Spice.
What? Rapper.
Okay.
Who suggested Ice Spice?
Yeah, I had a few of your peers. Ask. I got a few more. Okay. I got a few more. Chess games.
Competition.
Okay. Shamey. The Shamrock Shakes.
Oh my god, delicious.
Okay. Hot fudge sundaes with extra fudge.
Perfect.
Okay. Minecraft.
Oh my god, gaming.
Okay. Spritzers.
Caffeine.
Okay. Good. Okay. Okay, I got just a few more questions. So myself, I was at a school counselor conference this week, Washington School Counselor Conference, and I got to meet and hang out with a lot of school counselors from around the state of Washington. And one thing I've always been curious about is the student voices. For you, I mean, thank you for the kind words earlier, but I'm just wondering for you as a student, what did you want, or what would you want out of a school counselor in general? Just general school counselors.
I'd want someone who listens to me and someone who actually considers like some of the ideas or words that I say, and I guess someone who just like acknowledges like things that I'm going through too. Like you'd want someone who's like there to listen. Someone who tries their hardest to help you graduate is a good one. And I guess a counselor with humor helps too. So.
Okay. Just a few more questions. So, all in all, senior year, we're in March.
Yeah.
We got a few more months left. What would you want the staff, the community, your fellow students, what would you want them to remember as when you graduate? Like, leaving a legacy, what would you want them to remember you by?
Maybe like being a good friend or being funny. Either one of those I could work with.
Okay. Good. And then the last question I have is, any final words you'd like to tell out to the community? Anything you want to say out there? Anybody?
Oh, God, I don't think so. I think I'm set as I am, so no need for that.
Okay. Paisley, I just want to thank you for taking the time to meet and talk. I really appreciate actually, I enjoyed this interview.
I enjoyed it too.
Really had a lot of fun, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sure. And that concludes this week's episode of Conversations with Mr. A. What I can say about this interview with Paisley, I really enjoyed it. Just definitely a sweet individual. Sweet, kind, caring individual, and I really enjoyed doing this interview with her. With Paisley, I definitely wish her the best with her future endeavors when she graduates here in a few months, going off to what she does. Next week, we'll have a brand new interview coming up. We'll see you then. Peace.